Hello, I'm Elijah.
I'm Reese. And I'm Kian.
And welcome to Bromley College School Report, Part 1. In tonight's show we will be looking at issues affecting Cornwall and our community.
First, a report about the discovery of lithium. It was found in the 19th century, but there was no market for it at the time. But recently it has been found in Soft Crofty mine in Cornwall. The man who found it is Jeremy Rafel. He is a mining engineer who has worked with specialist investment banks. He believes that lithium is the metal of the future. We sent Abby and Katie to find out more.
Hello, my name's Katie.
And my name's Bailey, and I'm here to talk more about the discovery of lithium in Cornish mines. Lithium has a number of important and interesting uses in recent years. It has been used to make lightweight, efficient batteries. Compounds of lithium has also been used to treat mental disorder known as bipolar disorder. The discovery could lead to more jobs in the UK. A precious metal could help Cornwall become a key player and building a greener future in the UK and create a new industry in the country.
Professor Kip Jeffrey, head of the local Campbell School of Mines, said the project could inspire more young people to enter the mining industry. Jeremy Wolfhall, Chief Executive of Cornish Lithium and Mining Analyst at Investec, believes the venture could bring welcome regeneration to the country, which has a long mining heritage. Jeremy Wolfhall is Managing Director of Solomon's Capital Resources and brings 25 years of both practical mining and investment banking experience in the metals and mining industry globally. Jeremy has led transactions on almost every relevant mining market in the world. We spoke to him about the discovery.
How did you discover lithium in the South Crofty mine?
The discovery was a realisation from historic records that there was lithium in South Crofty, recorded in South Crofty, right up until about 1989. So when the mine was open, they recorded the volumes of water that were coming into the mine. They found that water contained lithium. But it wasn't just recorded in South Crofty. It was also recorded in several other mines in Cornwall, right through from about 1864 in a mine called Wheal Clifford, right through until the recordings in South Crofty. So it was also recorded in Wheal Jane, and it was recorded in Wheal Seaton, which are mines around the Camborne, Redruth, St Day area. So this is how we realised that there is lithium in the water.
What are the uses of lithium?
Previously, when lithium was recorded in the mines, historically, they recognised it was interesting, but they didn't have any market for it at that time, nor any way of extracting it. So, what is lithium now used for? It's used for a range of industrial uses. Now, the big breakthrough is that lithium is used in electric car batteries, rapidly becoming an exciting new technology, and then we expect lithium demand for batteries to rise very fast. And it's also being used for electric power storage batteries, so electricity generated from renewable sources like wind and solar. So that power needs to be stored in a big battery, and that also uses lithium. So suddenly there is a huge market for lithium, and a growing market.
How is it going to affect Cornwall in the future?
I hope it will affect Cornwall in the future. And this is an early stage project. It's an exploration project that we've identified. There is lithium in Cornwall in potentially large quantities, but we have to explore carefully to work out the best way of extracting it and where is the best place to extract it. So if it is successful, then we could see extraction plants being set up across various areas of Cornwall going forwards, which will potentially bring jobs and new technology to the county.
Will mining affect the environment?
It's important to note that this is not really a mining project at all. This is a project that will use drilling. So it drills deep, very deep holes into the ground to extract water, very similar to the new geothermal deep wells that have been planned for Cornwall at the Eden project. Very similar to drilling for a water well, but a lot deeper. So we don't believe that this is a environmentally destructive process, and we believe that the metal lithium is a very green metal, given its use in reducing pollution from cars and trucks. So what we're planning to do next is to do some what's called geophysical testing, which is basically surveying using highly modern techniques to induce, to be able to see into the rocks. And we believe that these new techniques will show up the water in the structures we're looking for extremely effectively. And once that's been done, and that's probably up to a year, then we would actually start drilling exploratory holes to extract lithium for testing. And then once we've done that, if that's successful, then we would look to start building a full-scale extractive plant.
Thank you for talking to us. Back to the studio.
Thank you, girls. At the moment, major roadworks are happening in the centre of Bodmin. The roadworks have affected many people so far inside and outside of Bodmin. The roadworks are due to last at least a year. Now we go to Elijah, Aidan and Connor to learn more about the subject.
At the moment, major roadworks are underway in the centre of Bodmin. The roadworks are due to last at least 14 months.
So far, the roadworks have lasted 6 months and have already affected many people inside and outside of Bodmin.
The council has put in plans to create a bike route and a shared space area in the centre of the town. The idea of this shared space area is to prevent traffic in the centre of the town and to allow pedestrians, bikes and cars to be together. However, many people disagree with the idea.
The roadworks shut down the entire centre of town, leaving many diversions and the centre of town in chaos. Although the roadworks have been blocked off, a lot of Bodmin business is still open as usual in the town.
Not only have the roadworks been in the centre of Bodmin, they have also happened in other places in the town.
At Higher Broad Street, they are putting in a cycle trail from the Camel Trail. This is to allow cyclists coming from the Camel Trail to access the beaches the town has to offer. At this current moment, there is no cycle path to allow cyclists to come into the town. Also, they are making a cycle path through to Land Hydro. That is an old mansion with loads of cycle trails around. Perfect for cyclists. However, they cannot access these features yet. So this is why they are added in cycle trails, so cyclists can access them. The benefits that the plan will give are that it will create less traffic in the centre of Bodmin and bring in more business through the linked bike trails. Even though the roadworks will take a long time, the traffic reductions will be worth the wait. The plan is actually one of 13 schemes in building a better Bodmin plan. These 13 plans have been put in a plan to decrease the traffic. However, of course, the consequences of the wait are not very good, as you can see. The wait through will be worth it.
Now we have an interview with two council workers. Alex Hoffin, Senior Project Manager from Cornwall, and Rebecca Jackson, Transport Strategy and Planning from Cornwall Council.
Explain the reason for the roadworks.
Bodmin is located in an absolutely fantastic position in Cornwall. It's got the Camel Trail coming in at Scarlet Swell with 500,000 users a year. And you've got the Land Hydro and the Cardinham Cycle Hubs that have recently opened, attracting over 100,000 visitors. Yet very few of those people actually come into the town and spend their money and stay here. and that was the catalyst for the project. It started that regeneration that you can see going on behind you. It's about linking in the trails, but also providing better access for children going to school, so they can walk and cycle and people can get to work by foot and bicycle as well. It'll also help with the traffic flows around the roundabout. As the traffic flows more steadily, with less stop-start, and it starts to create a nice place for people to be and spend their money and spend time here.
How long is it expected to last?
We started the works last August. Started at Priory Road Junction where we're building a new roundabout. We're aiming to wrap the whole scheme up by August. One of the key dates we're trying to meet is for the Royal Cornwall Show, which is early June. It's all on track and it's all on programme, ready to finish in August.
Do you consider the impact of the works on local residents and businesses?
Yeah, we're fully aware of the impact. It's a huge scheme. There's about 13 schemes in total across the town that are being delivered throughout this sort of relatively short period of time, considering how much work is on go, about 9 months worth of work. However, we know if you live here or work here, that is a considerable amount of time. We've done quite a lot of consultation with the public over the last 2 or 3 years, but we are working closely with the businesses and the residents where we can to help support them, make sure they've still got access to their home, make sure that people know that the town is open for business and you can still come here and do your shopping. The car park's all free, so that's been a real positive and people have really welcomed that.
We've had a major drive to communicate with them in terms of websites, media, interviews such as this, to get the message across, that they all know what's going on and they know the timescales that we're trying to complete the works by and trying to deal with any sort of issues that they've got.
Have many complaints?
We have had people complain. Obviously it's a massive scheme, so people do feel quite passionately about it. But we've also had a lot of people who are really keen on the scheme and want to know more. And those people that just have not a bit opinion either way, they just want to find out what's happening to their town, how much money is being spent and what we hope to achieve at the end of it. So I think there's sort of throughout the course of the project, it started off initially with a bit of people feeling a bit concerned, but as the time's gone on, they see how hard Cormac are working on the site and on the ground, and you can see the actual changes happening now. People are starting to feel quite excited about what's going to be the future for their town.
And from our perspective, I think the main two big things before we started were, that people didn't like the scheme that was proposed. So Rebecca's been working hard with them to give all the benefits of the scheme. And the other thing was the traffic management, which in order to build the scheme behind us, we had to close the road, the main road through Bodmin, which is obviously a major concern to businesses and locals alike. So we had to do a lot of work around there to reinforce the message that it was going to work. And we've been dealing with the public and the businesses ongoing day to day to make sure that, like Rebecca says, that access is for all and that we're not hindering anyone from getting to the shops or the businesses.